Hi, and welcome back, everybody. To you way in the back, to you reading that book, to you doing the dishes, to you watching the kids, to whoever is playing this in the background, because this is a background podcast. It's meant to uplift, give insight, help to encourage, give you a new perspective, and point you in the right direction. Where we're eliminating fear here. We're eliminating the stagnation, the hesitation, the obstacles, and moving you into that life that you always wanted, right? And how are we doing that? Because now, or hopefully by the time we're done with all of this, you'll have a mindset of how powerful you are and what you actually can do. And that there really are no limits unless you limit you. And as we always say, you make your voice the biggest voice in any situation pertaining to you because you're the one who really has to walk in those shoes. So before we get into today's topic, which is mastering the art of overcoming limiting beliefs, I want to give some announcements. The first and biggest one, due to me, because I'm finishing up one of my degrees and I should have that completed, I want to say by the end of this week, end of this weekend, early next week. I have 2 finals left to take, but one of the courses I still have to finish up the course and then take the final. So that's what we are waiting on. We are waiting on me. So I apologize in advance. If you have any questions, if there's something going on, go ahead and ask me. Reach out. Hey, I da 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 da. I'm still living. I'm still here. But for the Futures Club, as an isolated delay, that is the only thing there's a delay on because I want to be able to give my full attention. And I would rather have my full credentials in this go round present so that people understand that this is really what I'm here for. And it's not just a gimmick. It's not just a give me $15,000 for 2 sessions. And no, I really want to help the people. And I really want you to know that I have studied. In addition to my other credentials that I really want you to know that I have studied and I'm on my game and I know what I'm doing. And that makes me feel better because now I know and now I feel confident in saying, okay, now I can give you the greatest service for your investment in yourself. You know what I mean? I always knew, excuse me, I always knew, I've been doing this in quite a long time. But I just like to put the cherries on top of things. It tastes much better with a little whipped cream. You know what I mean? So, and because I follow the teachings of Napoleon Hill, one of my most prosperous strategies is going the extra mile, giving more than what was requested. If someone is paying you for a service, going above and beyond to do the best that you can, because they had to work hard for that. And shouldn't their return be just as robust? So that's where my mindset is. And I'm not a perfectionist by any mean, but I do like to get things right. So anyone who still wants to take advantage and join us for the Futures Club online, so meaning anywhere you are in the world you can participate, still has time to join for this upcoming session. And today's date is 6/4/25. So everyone under the sound of my voice, anyone who would like to participate, seating is still open. And I don't mind causing this delay because I would love for more people to join. Because once we've started our session, no one else can join. It depends on if the waiting list gets filled up, then I can open up a new session. And then once that's full, no one else can join that. Because I like to be very hands-on and we're going from the beginning to the end together. And if someone comes in the middle, it doesn't really make as much sense to them, and I would have to start over, and then I would have to delay you in order to catch them up. And that's just not what I want to do. So a closed seating has always worked in the past, and then it's more focused, and then that camaraderie, that teamship that comes with that, it just feels more genuine, and we know who's here, and we know who's in cahoots with us, and no one else is like, this is like a sacred moment. So that sacred session for that course, which is a year, is 1 day a week for about 90 minutes. You just feel more comfortable. And now there's a familiarity. And people are always more comfortable with something that's familiar. And, when change comes, it kind of is like, okay, wait, now I have to readjust. And I would like to just eliminate that for at least this moment in time. So I'm not opposed to opening more sessions. I just want to make sure that the ones are open are getting my full attention. Um, yeah. So also another announcement, and I got like 5. I will start putting online on the YouTube channel, and possibly flip. I'm trying to see how I want to do this because that's a new like social media something, and I just started it about a week ago. Yay. Okay. But I just started about a week ago, and I don't really know what I'm doing. So we're going to circle back to that at a later date. But layered affirmations are where I produce an affirmation. This first go round is going to be for people in occupations. So it's going to be occupation specific to give those layered boosts of energy, a boost of positivity for that particular industry. And I have, I think, 33 of them is what I have. So those will be coming up sporadically. And then I can do personal ones. When I'm ready to do the personal ones, then I'm going to put it on the website at judithdaniellc.com, where you can purchase your own personalized, layered affirmations. So what it is, it's not like a hypnosis. It's still an affirmation, which also I will start putting out the hypnosis and adding that to the YouTube sometime in the next couple of months, because I want to get the layered affirmations out there first so that can get all set up. And then I'll start doing, hypnosis, so you can actually, when you have time to sit back and don't have any distractions and you're not driving a vehicle or doing anything that needs your full attention, and you can relax and you can interpret, because it's a focused visual of something that you want to accomplish or the type of mindset that you want to have. And to break the chains on doubting yourself, break the chains on thinking you can't do it, and breaking the chains on creating self-imposed obstacles due to how you think or what may have happened that caused you to think in such a manner. Okay? So those are going to be coming shortly. The layered affirmations, I just got done doing the blueprints for them all. So then now I'm just going back and recording, and then I'll get those updating those and putting them on the site. So personal layered ones will be coming. When they are available, you will know them because they'll be on the website saying, hey, purchase your own layered affirmation. Now, what that'll be is something that, hey, you know what? These are the things in my heart that I want to focus on, that I think is going to happen for me, that I want my future to be, the aura that I want to have around me. I just want to have something that helps me to stay in that. There'll be instructions on how to use it, because there is a particular way for it to take root. And my things are about taking root, getting it solidified in you so that you know that you know that you know. It's not just something topical. Oh, this is fun to say. But then you never see a change in your reality. You never see your outlook pivot. You never see. I want to eliminate all those problems. So that's what's going to be on there. Hypnosis. Oh, and the inspiration corner, because I had to write these down because I'm a little scatterbrained sometimes. So the inspiration corner is something that I just want to do. So for the ones who can't really financially participate, which I hope everyone can because I tried to keep the prices at a reasonable amount. So here's the thing, guys. When you get something for free, you act like you got it for free, right? So what that means is, hey, I didn't have to do nothing for this. I don't really care about it as much. I'm not going to take it serious as much. I'm not going to participate or put into it or do anything because I didn't have to do anything to receive it. So I have to put a cost on things so that you will know that, hey, I have to invest in myself in this. And guess what? I want to invest in myself in this. Look at the benefits that I would get from this. Look at what I'm reaping by investing in this. And again, it's not that, I understand because people can be very good at their jobs and they're looking for just a particular group of people who they can service that make this much, right? I raised my hand like a higher level because you can see me, right? Absolutely, right? So I don't know why I do these things. But that way, I guess they make their money. I want to say their max amount on servicing fewer people. My thing is, I want all the people, and I want the older people. I want the middle-aged people. I want the young adults, and I want the babies. I want the children. I want the adolescents. I want the teenagers. I want them all. So universally, in all my businesses, no matter what I'm doing, and you can, I think it's my link tree to see everything that I do, but universally, I want to be able to reach everyone. I want this in some way or form for everyone to be able to participate and to keep up with it because it's about maintaining and it's about learning consistency and it's about going through something instead of trying to take the easy way out and go around it because it's better to go through it because now you're not only reaping that what you're paying for, but now there's these extra little nuggets, these extra little Easter eggs, these extra little lessons, these extra aha moments that once we are done, you have them for the rest of your life with you. So I know I get it because I'm not a non-for-profit because I want to run my thing the way that I want to run my thing. And I believe in the people. And sometimes when you go nonprofit, there's all these extra regulations, or you can't do or say this, or you can't blah, 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 blah. Right? And then it takes away from the purpose because now I can't fully give what I wanted to give. Why? Because I don't know why, because I'm not a not-for-profit, but I am a for-profit. So I am a regular business. So when I feel the need or I want to do something and I want to give you more and more and more, I'm able to do that because I want you to have all the answers to the problems, at least in my lane. I don't know construction work all the way. I don't know real estate issue all the way, right? I know my lane. And in my lane, I want to give my best because I've trained to give my best. So that is why I charge a price. That is why I want you to start learning to invest in you because you are worth it, right? You're worth it. If I don't ever say anything else to you that makes sense, you're worth it. And I am here for you. This is my servitude. This is my whatever you like moment. Yeah, I don't know how ever better to say that. So yeah, but that's why I'm here. So any questions you have pertaining to this lane of things and thinking and this stuff, please let me know. And I will do my best. I'm a master researcher. So we will find a solution. And if you think, okay, well, I like this, I like the group thing, but I want a more little personal strategized thing just for me, I have that available too. You can look at all those things. You can see how best I can help. There's more things going to be coming to the website. I will get that updated within the next 2 months, but other stuff will be starting immediately. And let's fly. Why not? I have the time, you have the time. While you're here, while I'm here, let's do it. Let's get you to what you want. So then this life doesn't seem like a burden, like you're constantly depressed or like you just can't, so you don't want to, and you want to give up your turn early. Air quotes, giving up your turn, saying I no longer wish to participate. I don't want you in that mindset. I want you out of that mindset. I don't even want that to be an option on the table. And guess what? There's a lot of people that live without that being an option on the table. There's a lot of people that live without even ever thinking, oh, that's a possibility. We should consider that. No, because there's no need. You're here for purpose. Somewhere along the line, something got twisted up, and now you think that you're not. But I assure you, you are. So that is my goal, to take that option off the table altogether. And the way we do that is with both of us participating and investing. And I want to give the best that I can. All right, because I talk a lot, let's move on. So today's topic, and again, I already have them all ready to go. I'm just recording these in order to motivate your day, to give you advice, give you tips, a new perspective, a new way to look at things that maybe you heard it before, but you didn't quite understand, or shoot, I don't get it. Hopefully, the way that I give it to you, you understand and you can interpret it. Like, that's what that means. That's what that meant. Oh, that's how that goes. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That is what I want to do. You guys, my phone is across the room. I have it on Do Not Disturb, but I think I have some alarms coming up. And I don't like to edit my videos because I'd like it to be just authentic from top to bottom. So if I have to jump over there in just a little bit, I will place you on hold for just a second. I didn't think it all the way through. Okay. So, mastering the art of overcoming limiting beliefs. Now, limiting beliefs are like invisible chains, right? They're the things that hold you back from growth, from success, and even happiness sometimes. Because happiness is a choice. But if something is blocking that choice, you might not make the right one, right? Why? Because sometimes the outside noise is like competing with your voice, and then you choose to go with the masses instead of to go with you. So these beliefs, they often form like possibly childhood or early on, or during tough experiences, and they settle quietly in the back of your mind, convincing you that you're not good enough or smart enough or not capable. And when you challenge and replace them, you don't just change your thoughts, you upgrade your identity. So overcoming limiting beliefs unlocks confidence, it sharpens mental clarity, and empowers you to show up in life without fear, which is one of our goals, and without apology. So, like if somebody is saying, hey, I think you should do this, and you're like, well, no, I really want to do this. And then they're like, oh, so you're not even going to listen to what I'm saying? Or some kind of adverse reaction because you said, no, I prefer this. You don't have to apologize for how you feel about you. Your feelings are valid and appropriate and absolutely perfect for what you have in mind. And it's okay. Other people don't have to like it. You are not them. They are not you. So you can't please both of them. So choose you. And be without apology because you feel a certain way about you. There's no need to apologize for that. It's absolutely okay. So overcoming limiting beliefs, is a mind shift that changes everything. So you want to identify the hidden narratives, like the hidden things of why you do that. Pay attention to the self-talk. I could never do that, or I'm just not blah, blah, blah. You fill in the blank. Those are clues to the beliefs quietly shaping your actions and choices, right? What about that makes you think that you're not good enough, that you can't? Why couldn't you ever do that? If you wanted to, you could, because you can do anything you want to do. It takes practice and it takes knowledge. So if you really want to do something, you're going to practice it. You're going to get the knowledge behind it and understand it. So then there's no reason you can't do something. Again, it's if you want to, and then you can go even a step further. Like, who told me that? You can trace the belief back to its source if you take the time out to do so. Was it a parent, a teacher, something you didn't do well in? And I want you to realize that the limiting beliefs are borrowed because you wouldn't think that about you, right? And they're outdated, so they're no longer necessary for what you're doing. So a way that I have put this into perspective is I've added a game. I don't know what I named it. I'm not on there right now, but it's like the Futures Club game. And it's on the website. It's free for all to stop by and use, and it's interactive. So in this game, you're going through the pieces of your childhood, and you're going to take a step back, and you're going to take a little bit of time, and you're going to ask questions, because I have them on cards on there, and then you're going to pick and you're going to do, what needs to be done, starting with one. And then when you get to certain ones, then there's another deck of cards you pull from. But you're going to go through those particular questions, and you're going to figure out, when did this start happening? How did I feel about that? What was going on at that time? And it takes you through each stage of your life, through each person that was in your life at that time. So you actually can trace your thoughts back to source and figure out why you started doing something in the first place. And again, the instructions are on the site. Yes, I created that game a few years ago, and I was doing it in person with my clients. And then we started like, hey, maybe I can find a way to make this available to people online when they come to the website. So once I updated the website and updated everything, I was able to integrate that game on there. So everyone is free to do it and take the time, when you have some time, and just kind of walk through a little bit and get that clarity. And there's so many aha moments that could be made. And you want to challenge the evidence. Like, was this belief, has it always been true? Has there ever been a time that it wasn't? This weakens the belief's power in you. You know what I mean? It's like when you confront fear, and you're like, oh, it's not that bad. This is the same kind of thing where it's like, oh, so I don't have to keep that belief because I didn't create that for me. That was because somebody said da da da, and it made me feel da da da. And then that feeling always stayed with me. So now whenever I face that type of situation again, I have that feeling come up. Even though I consciously don't know, it's hidden in my subconscious. So how they, again, going back to the example of fear, when you face a fear, you're like, oh my goodness, that looks so scary in the dark. And then you turn on the light and it's just a silhouette of bags, or it's just like shoes, or it's just like something. And you're like, oh, that's all it was. That's the same kind of outcome that I wanted to get from this. Okay, there's my first alarm. Give me just a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to jump over there and turn off the alarms. Okay, so now recapping myself to put me back in position, we were talking about challenging the evidence of, has this always belief been true? Has this belief always been true? And then you want to go a little further into, is there a time that it wasn't? And that weakens the belief's power over you. Just like with fear, if we use that example again, when you fear something because you don't know all about it, it can create obstacles. And then when you do finally start to understand, oh, that's just this, it's the same way when you go to my website and you play that game. Oh, that's where that came from? So what we want to do to combat that is replace with an empowering belief. Create a new narrative. So, for example, I'm bad with money is what we might say now. And then a way to reframe that is I'm learning to manage my money wisely. So you see how even that can take off a little bit of the edge because you're not condemning yourself. You're not speaking bad of yourself. You're not putting yourself down, possibly just because you don't know. But when you change it, it gives you room to be like, well, I'm still in the process. I know how to do a couple things now, but I'm surely not where I want to be. And it helps to motivate you in the right direction. So now you can actually, but I'm taking the steps to blah, blah, blah. And it makes you feel better. So we're replacing that feeling of inadequacy with one of soon I'm going to be, even though I'm not there right now, that's okay because I'm still moving forward. And using affirmations is like a mental reprogramming. So when I spoke about that earlier, speaking life into your mind daily, consistently and positively can overwrite an old belief system and shift your identity. So now you're not looking at yourself as if you're less than, right? You're repeating those things into yourself, saying them out loud, listening to them, getting them into you. And now it's like, you know what? For whatever reason, because when I do the layered ones, you're not always going to know exactly what is being said at what time. You just can feel it. And that feeling moves you in a positive direction. So that's when I talk about things taking root. It's going back into replacing negative feelings with feelings that are appropriate, with feelings that are progressing you forward, with feelings that back up and reiterate that there is nothing you can't do. Because that's one of the most important things that people often miss is they think, well, I can't do that. Well, why can't you? Well, I can't, I don't have, you can get those things. There's a way to obtain everything. And if you go back to video one, when we were talking about goal setting, maybe one of those goals is increasing your financial stability. And how would you do that? Well, possibly this job isn't working out. It's not doing enough, and I need another one. So how do I get another or a better one? Hey, maybe that means I have to further my education, and that's the next step. There's always a way to get or to do what you need to do. You just have to be like willing to take the time to actually put those goals in place and follow them. But don't ever tell yourself you can't, because you can. So using the affirmations, the limited ones, even the ones for the public, or if you get a personalized one for you, you're like, these are the things that I want to have in me. These are the things that are appropriate for where I'm trying to go in life. And I just need that constant, what do we call that? Support. And you know what? I don't have an external support system per se that I think is positive enough for my liking, or that, want to see me succeed. So I'm going to be that for me. And I need your help in providing me this so that I can do that. And I'm like, yes, I can provide you this so that you can do that. We work together. So if you don't have that external support system, or you think that's what's holding you back, you have it within you. You are fully equipped. Fully equipped. And sometimes you have to go outside of your inner circle, right, to someone else and have them do what you need them to do, to have a professional, to have someone as myself to say, hey, this is what I need. This is what I'm trying to do. How can we work on that? So don't be afraid to broaden your perspective. When you stay closed-minded, all you see is what you see right in front of you. When you open it up, now you're opening yourself up to, unlimited possibilities because you're changing your mind and the way that you see things. So going with that a step further, visualizing the limitless version of you. Spend time imagining how your life would look without the limiting beliefs and expect new outcomes. See, that we don't hang on too long enough, that expectation. People are always saying nowadays, people are always saying, oh, don't expect anything and then you won't be disappointed. I never understood that. Because how can you get or do or have something if you're not expecting it to come? If I got 4 apples, right? And I'm going to sell these apples because I'm expecting to have some money in this hand so that I can go and buy some soap. I don't know. Toilet paper. I don't know. Whatever, right? So I'm expecting that I'm going to be able to sell these apples and they're going to give me the money that I want for them so that I can go and do what I need to do. Be expecting. And be expecting in a way that you know that you can get there. That we don't have to doubt. We don't have to say we can't. We don't even have to have those in our vocabulary anymore. Because now it's only that, oh, how are we going to do it? It's not if it's going to come. You got this. You just don't know you got this. And that's why I'm here. So that I can help you to know that you really got this. You can be what you really want to be. You can do exactly what you want to do. And you can eliminate the stuff that you don't. You have that power within you. And this is how we bring it out of you. Because the hardest thing is going to be to take a thought that you have in your mind, a vision that only you see, and bring it into your real life. That's why in the beginning of the course of the Futures Club program that I have online coming up, you have to do, the mandatory prerequisite is to complete the vision board course. Because if you don't see the vision for you, I can't see that vision for you. If you don't know where you're trying to go or what you're trying to do or how you see your outlook being, I can't put it there for you. And I don't care if it's the most minute vision that you have, like what I told you in the last video when I was talking about food security, right? It's like, it doesn't matter what your vision is. If that's what you want for you, that's what you should have. Sure, people may have already accomplished it. Well, now you know it can be done. Or maybe it's something completely brand new, but because you're having the thought about it, the vision, of course it can be done. It's just, how are we going to do it? So visualize that limitless version of you. Take some time out. Take some time out. Yes, there's a rat race to be run, I guess, as they say. But who are you competing with? Or in your downtime, when you have free time, when you're exhausted and you're just sitting there, maybe sit there and reflect instead of sitting there and, oh my goodness, this is so bad. Oh, I feel like, oh, and everything is going wrong. And why don't we change that out too? Why don't we put some positivity in there instead of the complaints, which are absolutely valid and can be absolutely true. But we don't want that to be our focus point. We want the positivity, the what we're getting ready to do, to be our focus points. So then you're constantly uplifting you because guess what? Nobody else is going to do that for you either. You can take inspiration in. Someone could say something that gives you chills and you can absorb that. But if you're not doing that back end work that they're not telling you about, that you have to keep up with it and you have to speak those things to yourself and you have to believe that they're true, not that you just heard something that was fantastic that you never heard before. That's how you start to move in that right direction, is you doing the work on the back end. So you want to surround yourself with those expansive thinkers, like be in community with people who dream bigger and act bolder. Their mindset will challenge your limitations by example. And you're like, but I don't have nobody. Uh, who I know is doing the things, or somebody that I could watch, or a mentor, so I'm not here now. I'm invisible. This ain't a real voice I'm speaking with. You do have the things that you need. That's what we have to stop limiting ourselves with. And I am reachable. You understand? Some people may make it seem as if they are not, or they don't really want to be bothered. They just want to give you this product and for you to buy from them. But I'm here to go on the journey with you. And I still can't be your biggest fan, even though I'm your biggest fan. You have to be your biggest fan. You see how that works? It's all about you. Yes, you can pull from good energies, but in the end, it's all about you. Nobody's going to take you there. You have to take you there. But in this case, you don't have to do it alone. But we have to stop thinking that something external is going to help us to get there. It's not. And for those who are religious, because I'm spiritual and I believe in the Lord, He's also internal. The Holy Spirit is within you. You understand? And He leads us and guides us in all truth. So, I mean, absolutely, really, everything we need, we already have. And if you were asking that question, maybe there has to be more to life there. I don't know how to do this. I'm stuck. Maybe that's why He sent me across your path. Take advantage. Take advantage from someone who's not looking to gain anything from you except that aha moment. That's what I expect. That's why I studied to show myself approved so that I can receive your aha moment. If I'm selfish, it's selfish in that I'm selfish with you coming to the realization of who you are. I'm selfish in you understanding that you have wings. Nothing can stop you. You're all the way live, right? I don't know how old y'all are listening to this, but you can. And I'm proof that you can. And I want to share my proof with you that you absolutely can. So yes, if I'm selfish, if I'm trying to steal anything from you, if I'm trying to take, it's your aha moment. I want that. Give me that. I want to hear it in your voice. Possibly I want to see it in your face. I want that pause. Like, wait a second. I want that. That's my end game. So if anybody was wondering, that is my end game. Why? Because that means that you're more powerful than when you came. That means that something is embedded in you and is taking root that was not there before. And I love that. So if you don't have anyone else, any bigger thinkers to surround yourself with, that is what the Futures Club program is for. And we are all on this journey. And we all, maybe we don't even know it. Our perspectives bring something to the table because they are not the same. Even people that grew up in the same house, siblings that are close in age, are not the same. And their perspectives could be completely different. And that's a positive thing. And that way we can help one another. And take small but bold steps and actions. Courage is built through actions. Do things your old beliefs said you couldn't. Do something. Well, they said you can't dress this way because you can't wear your hair that way because you're not supposed to talk or think those things because, oh, you're not going to make it because do something to the opposite of what they're saying. Show yourself. Prove it to yourself that yes, you can. And even the smallest wins create cracks in the walls of self-doubt. Even the littlest ones. And then next thing you know, you're shedding your whole shell. And now this new person is emerging. Now this new voice is speaking. And you're going to feel better to you. And then people are going to see that because the way you see and think about yourself is the way that other people will treat you. And when you start believing in yourself, you get out of this lack of like a victim mentality. Other people will say, hey, wait, they're not that anymore. And you see the shakiness in my voice? That's why they start to be shaky in how they treat you. And they start to take a second. And some of them can move in the positive direction and be like, wow, I like that change in you. And some of them will say, oh, you think you're all that now? Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. I feel great. I am all that. And that's okay. Why? Because that's where we need to get you. Why? Because you have purpose here. And if you're not confident, you won't be able to fulfill that purpose, whatever that may be. And that is absolutely the perfect thing for you, whatever you think is. You see how that works? This is a you game. You can watch my previous volume 1, I guess I'll call it, of the throwbacks. And that leans more into that for you. So keep a journal. Be like, okay, this is where my mindset is today before I started listening to the layered affirmations. And, let's see where this goes. These are the things that I sent over to her to put together for me. And I want to see how I feel afterwards. So I'm going to put, these are all things I'm dealing with. This is what I told her that I wanted to put in there. And then, because it takes a certain amount of time, you're going to come back to that statement and put what you feel now. Oh, it is taking effect. Oh, I am seeing external changes due to my internal changes. Wow, my mindset has leveled up. And now I'm attracting these things that I never thought I could even see myself having. You see what I'm saying? But now you have a proof journal. Now you have something to go look back on and say, oh, it did work. Instead of, I don't know if it worked or not. Well, now you have proof if it did or not. Or in any kind of progress you're trying to keep, or you're saying, hey, I'm going to start this business. Today I'm doing this. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to write this down. I'm doing this. And then 3 months from now, you can look back and be like, oh, wow, I did those things. This is what my business is looking like now. And it's almost fully there, or however, whatever that goal was that you had for you. There is a way to see the progress. And I'm going to leave you with this. Turning setbacks into proof of progress. Failure isn't proof that you're limited. It's proof that you're learning. Learn, pivot, and continue. That's how limiting beliefs lose their grip. And there's so many things that are in this. I understand that. Maybe you have to listen to this one more than once. You have until next Wednesday when the new one comes out. You put it on repeat. But you have everything you need. And we can help, well, I can help to get rid of those things that you don't need. And there's certain ways you can go about it to actually do it and see proof that it has been done or the work has begun or where you are in the progress track. Don't ever think you can't do something. I don't care your age. Because let's say you're underage and you're like, wow, I really want to drive. I really want to learn how to. I do. I think I'm going to be good at that, but I just can't right now because maybe it's just you don't know how. You've never been behind the wheel. So what do? You start researching. You start setting goals for yourself. Well, I'm going to learn what the signs mean this week. Or I'm going to go down to my local DMV or BMV or however you say it in your state, and I'm going to get that book and I'm going to start looking through that book. And then I'm gonna go online and I'm gonna start looking at, some examples of what do they mean by this. Thank you, Google. Thank you, YouTube University. Right? And it's like there are ways to accomplish things. And if you're underage, maybe you have to wait till you're of a certain age. But while you're in that waiting, get an understanding. So then when you get to that age, oh my goodness, now you're ahead of the game. Or whatever goal it is you may have. Because that's the only one that I'm kind of thinking that, or running a business, you can run a business before you're 18, right? So I'm trying to think of things that maybe you can't do for age, but everything else, you can definitely do it. Or at least start today. And you don't have to put a time limit on it because you got time for this. If this is something you really want, that's where you invest your time. So again, my doors are open for your success. I don't know why I said it like that. Um, but yes, they are. I'm here now. I do apologize that I've taken so long to have reached you. And yes, secretly, I do feel bad about that but I had to do so much research. I had to get so many things together. And these last few years of doing this program have taught me so much. And I am very excited about where I am now, but I wish I could have started 15 years ago, or I wish I could have started, a long time ago, because so many people that I've missed, or so many things that happened that I maybe could have helped. But again, that's one of my critical things I put on myself when, hey, you don't know until you know, and you have to give yourself grace. But I'm here now, and there's no more excuses. Take action. Take action because it's up to you. I can't force you to take action, but you know what you want. And you know already if it sounds like I could help with that. You already know. But whatever that hesitation is, whatever that maybe limiting belief might be, let's get to the bottom of that first. Or while you're going through the program, that will help you to get to the bottom of that issue. And now you know that you're unstoppable and why you're unstoppable. So, I'm happy for your success. Take the Vision Board prereq course. Everyone who takes it, I want to say between now and the end of June, automatically will be eligible to be in the course because that lets me know, excuse me, that lets me know, okay, I want to be in. I'm here for this. And then that first, so you take the Vision Board course. After that, we have our orientation of our first session. Um, and that you don't have to pay anything for that first one. Your vision board, you completing that is your payment for your first course or for the first session. So you don't have to pay twice. And I can see who has done it or not, and I can see, what's going on with it. So when you do that, but there is an investment that needs to be made, but it's very reasonable for the average person. And I want all the average persons. I want the young ones, the old ones, the middle-aged ones, the teenagers, the pre-adults, the everybody. I'm here for you. All right. So because I talk a lot, I'm going to go, but I don't want to go. Not really. But I guess I'll see you next time. So enjoy your day. Understand that you are who you are and you're that for a reason. And there is a way to take care of those things that limit you. But you have to be a full participant in your own life. All right, any questions? You can go to wrong business. Judith Daniel, LC.com and ask away. All right, guys, have a good one.